All right. I want to take you through this whole process of building a website. Okay. Now, when you're about building a website, be it a blog, or be it an e-commerce platform, or any kind of website you'd want to build, you have one of the key things you have to do is you have to understand how web hosting works. All right. So first and foremost, we have what is called the domain name, and then we also have what is called the web hosting. Now, give me some time and I'm going to explain everything better to you. All right, now let's visit this website. Um, okay, let's say gg.ng. Right, this is a website that they are into e-commerce where people come in to put up their ads, okay, kind of classified ads. They advertise the product they are selling, and then we have different vendors come to the platform to put up their products, and we have the product images, we have the product text here, we also have the prices, and we have the contact. Like, we have several details here, information you can find here on gg.ng. So as a customer, you come here, you can click to show the contact here, you can start a chat here with this vendor right here. So it has the user authentication system, and it has the e-commerce feature of this platform. So this is a typical example of a website, and the gg.ng is what is called the domain name. Gg.ng, that's the domain name. And to understand properly how the hosting works. So hosting is kind of it's kind of, let's call it a database, all right, where all of the information is going to be stored. Let's take, for example, we have this domain name gg.ng, and then we have their different product images right here. Okay, we have the wristwatch here. Is an image. We have information about it, all the text, the user registration, the details, information about this product. Basically everything you can see from on this page right here is hosted on a platform. And that is what is called a hosting services. So we have different services, hosting services available. We have the Hostinger, we have Bluehost, we have Hugo Host, we have GoDaddy. There are a whole lot of them, Namecheap. Right? They offer hosting services as well as the domain services. Now, for you to start up your website or to build a blog, e-commerce platform, a personal portfolio, or be it whatsoever, you have to know how to get a hosting platform and also to buy a domain name. So we are going to use a typical example here, which is the hostinger.com. Hostinger.com is the platform that I've been using for several years right now, and I can actually tell that these people are doing well when it comes to giving you what you want, all right? Kind of uptime services, a standard performance and backup, SSL, and bandwidth. All right, they are very, very good. So right here, you can see we have the different web hosting plan. And as a beginner, you may want to start first with the single here, which is just for beginners. And as you grow and trying to build the most scalable platforms, you may likely need to move to premium, to business, also to cloud startups. So the higher you go, the higher the charges, the service plan. Right. And so if you are just starting out, we have their different top features here for each of the plans you go for. For example, the first plan here, you can host just one website, and then we have the 50 gigabyte SSD storage, one email account, unlimited free SSL, right, for your platform. You may not basically understand what I'm talking about here. That's if you are just a beginner. But if you are not, you should understand some of these keywords here. SSL is kind of a secured services which is added to your URL. For example, this GG here, if you click on here, you see this connection is secured. So it's basically used for websites that especially accept transactions, like putting your card, allowing users to, add their card to make purchases. So if you know you are building something like that, you have to ensure that your website has SSL. Or if you are building a blog, one of the key metrics that Google uses to rank website is the SSL. So the more, if your website is SSL enabled, your website will rank more than websites that are not enabled. Right. So, but I wouldn't want to go into all this in details. I want to put you through how to kickstart your web hosting, to get a web hosting, and also to buy a domain name. Right. I already have a hosting which I purchased, but I'll be showing you how to get started with one. Now let's go to the single here. All right. So just click on add to cart, and you're going to complete the registration, the sign up process. Okay. Basically, you can start with 1 month, which is 9.99 USD. And also you can save costs by saving around $84. That is making it 12 months. Okay. And also you can save up to $184. That's if you want to extend the services to about 24 months. All right. So this is what you are going to be paying at the end of your first year. Right. This is a 12-month plan. Be paying about $35.88. Okay. Now, but if you are paying monthly basis, this is what you are going to be paying per month. But I do advise that you pay per year, right? Pay per year. That is about 12 months. And if you are just starting, right? If you've not created an account before on the platform, you have to first of all create an account. And for you to do that, you have to fill in your first name, your last name, and then put in your phone number, your country. These optional field here. You can leave them, right? Your zip code. If you don't know, you can leave them. But if you know them, just add it here, right? And then also input your card details right here. With your card details. Currently, I may not know if you can use your Nigerian card, but if I believe that you can use your Nigerian card, but if it's not enabled, if you are restricted from using that, you can create a virtual card using maybe any of these cheaper cash or payday, right? So create an account with them, fund your wallet up to the 35.8. It just make it around 40 or maybe $37, and then input your card details and then submit. Once you submit, you'll be charged, and also your account will be created for you, and as well you can then log in to access your features. But I already have an account with this person, so I'll quickly sign into my dashboard here with the hosting jar. Okay, now in front of me here, okay, I have about two different hostings which I purchased, and the hosting I purchased can host about 100 websites. So one of these hosting here is a business WordPress hosting, and I already have about 6 websites here. And for the second one, I have about 4 websites here. Right? That means you can buy up to 5 different hostings, and then you can host many websites inside each of them. So the plan that you go for determine the number of websites that you can build. So we have websites that build up to 100. We have, for example, the first one we went for can build only one website. So this advantage that most of these online guys use, right? So they can just buy a single hosting, and then they build different websites or different e-commerce stores to sell products, right? So now I've showed you guys how to buy a hosting, and we want to see how to get a domain name. Now, what is a domain name? A domain name is a unique name that is specific to your business. All right. Let's take, for example, you want to start an e-commerce store and you want to be selling wristwatches. So you can go to the domain names, and then you just find any of the names, and then you can pick any of these names here. All right. My e-com XYZ, continue the purchase. All right. Now we have some other alternative here which have been generated for us. We have the ecomstars.xyz, and this costs around 1.99 $1.99 per year. So you can choose to buy this domain name. We also have some other domain name extensions. Now this is called, we call it domain extension, and then we can see from here that the .com extension is about $9.99 per year. We have here dot live, me, xyz, shop. We have here eu, organization.org, we have several ones here, several domain extensions. So if you are just starting out newly and you want to play around your website, you can choose a domain name that is easy and cheap to purchase. For example, .xyz. It costs around 1.99, right, per year. So you can just click on the buy domain name. So I'll quickly buy a domain name. Okay, I'll quickly buy a domain name right here. That is my ecom xyz.xyz. Please, this is just something I want to use to play around. So all right, so I'll click on complete purchase, right? Click on complete purchase here. Remember, if your card is not already imputed, like your USD card, you have to impute it before you do it. So because I already have my card here, that's why I quickly click on complete purchase to buy this. And this is telling you to select your profile. So just click on your existing profile and click on finish registration. Now you wait for the whole registration process to be completed. All right, now once you are done, click on continue here. And then the next thing that you'll be asked to do is for you to connect your website to your hosting plan. Remember that by now you must have already got your hosting, and you have to connect your website to your hosting before you could access your website. Now click on connect your website to your hosting, and then let's select our hosting plan. Now I already have two different hosting plans available, and as I told you, this each of these hosting can host about 100 websites. So it depends on the plan that you go for. If you are going for the baby plan, that is for the freshers. If you are just newly starting, you can host only one website. And if you went for the second one, you can host up to 100 websites. Now I'll pick any of these my hosting services right here. This is because I already purchased two different hosting. Now if you purchase one, as I said, you will see only one. Or you can also click on get new hosting. That is if you don't have hosting available yet. So you can click on get new and you complete the purchase. I'll click on this, then I'll click select this plan. Then it's asking you what type or what's the type of the website you are building. It could be personal portfolio, business, blog, or online store. Right. So you can choose to skip this. I don't want to personalize, like I don't want all this. So you can just skip this. And then it says create a new website. Let's select this because you are creating a new website. I will start from scratch. All right. So well, you can skip here to start from scratch. Then it says choose a domain. All right. So we have this domain here, which we just recently purchased, my ecom xyz.this. So remember, okay, let's click on select here. And so it says, well done, you are ready. Make sure to complete the domain purchase to keep your website this. All right, so you can view your website here. This is kind of the preview of your website. Right now, you have to allow Hostinger to finish up the whole integration process. That's your website, that's your domain, the domain name you recently purchased, um, to integrate it with your hosting server. Now, once you are done here, you can just click on manage site here at cPanel as a control panel of this Hostinger. Okay, so we have and one thing I like about the Hostinger is that you'll be given a free email. For example, you are starting a business email like admin at this my ecom xyz.xyz, or if you have a platform, maybe gg, for example, gg.ng. So Hostinger allows you to create a business email here, such as admin at gg.ng. So you can do that here, but we are not going to be looking at that. So at the moment, you can see that your domain is connecting to Hostinger and it's not yet done. So we have to exercise little patience. Depend on the server, right? And sometimes it may be busy that it takes some time to complete the whole integration process or the connection process. So please give it some time And okay. Um right. So we've been waiting for the website to fully connect to our hosting. All right now you can click on this to open a new tab so we can access our website. We have the website already here. So what you have to do is to click on auto installer. Remember, we are building the website using WordPress, right? We are going to be using WordPress to build the website. Now I'll be putting you through on the WordPress, as we said, is a content management system. A whole lot of websites on the internet space uses WordPress. You can use WordPress to build blogs. You can use WordPress to build e-commerce platform. You're going to be installing WordPress on the platform. So you click on this auto installer, right? Click on the auto installer, and then we have WordPress here. So click on select here to install WordPress. And we are going to give the website a name. Let's say um from the unique name I gave me my ecom xyz.xyz simply means it's going to be an e-commerce platform. But let's not be looking at that. Let's just build a simple blog for now, right? Maybe in another course, I'm going to be making that of an e-commerce platform. Building an e-commerce store is a little bit technical and complicated, right? Because you're starting a blog, right? Because when I started building website, I first started with a blog. So I built blog for school, like Edu blog, publishing about education in Nigeria, JAM, WAEC, and mission list. So from there, I went into building sites for CBT practice there. So you can use this WordPress to practice CBT, right? I had a whole lot of students who come in to take their test, their JAM CBT on the blog. I understand. So let's first start with blog, right? So let's just give it a name, my blog. Right? Let's give it a name, my blog. But usually this is usually the website title. So for example, Gigi, we are going to type in here Gigi. All right, that's the name of your website. So if it's a business name, right, you type your business name there. If it's a lot of businesses in Nigeria, just put in a business name here. And then for the administrator username, you can use admin or you can use your name. Right, so I'm going to be using my name here, and then I'm going to choose a password. All right, then I'll click on next, and there are some questions I'm asked here. Select the version of the platform. So 6.3 is the latest version of the WordPress to be installed, and it's version 6.3. It's recommended, so leave it as it is. It says choose update, turn off automatic application updates, and updates only to minor versions. Right, so let's leave the recommended here, and then click on install. So once you click on install, you give it time for the WordPress content management system to be installed on your hosting. Dum, dum. So we are almost there. You can see the secured SSL, that is for speed and security, is active. It's been installed here. All right. So you can quickly visit your website here again. And you notice what happens. You have your blog here. So we have WordPress installed to your platform. So, and this website is accessible anywhere. Right now, as I'm talking to you, if you visit my ecom xyz.xyz, it's going to open for you this. So it's not just in my local storage. I don't have it just on my system. It's gone global. All right. So, and once you are done, let's come over to the dashboard here and then come to edit website. On Edit website, it's going to take you to what is called the WordPress dashboard. That is the administrative section of the WordPress. This is where you can control almost everything in your WordPress website. Right? This is a dashboard. So an admin can only see this. Every user that comes to your blog, this is the user platform. Any user that comes to your platform will not be able to see this. So if I open this in an incognito mode, you will notice that I won't be able to be seeing all this, even the black menu option here at the top. I won't be seeing this. Right. So you as an admin, the owner of your website, you should be seeing what I'm seeing right here. So if you followed every step-by-step process of what I taught you would come to this interface. Now, this is a typical example of how a WordPress dashboard looks to the admin. We have the dashboard, post, media, pages, comments, appearances, like all this menu displayed here. And you can begin to play around all this. Now, this is your blog, this is your home page, right? And we have a sample Hello World blog post. Once you click on it, it opens the blog post. All right. And you can either edit, you can delete, or you can start writing on your blog. And we also have sample comments here. You can drop some comment. Hello there. So you can drop comments here. Just click on post comments, and then comment is attached to this here. So this is a typical example of a blog. And I wouldn't want to make this video longer. I would like to end it here. And in the next section of the lessons, I'll be putting you through some of the key things you need to know to set up your blog. So thank you so much. I'm expecting to see you next time.